We're getting ready for our baby shower. We're 3 months pregnant. Correction. I'm 3 months pregnant.
We're 3 months pregnant.
And we are in Babies R Us. We're getting ready for this baby shower. Jordan's psyched because he's got his little registration gun thing where you click all the little labels to
I'm ready to shoot.
Automatically add it to your registry. And aisle after aisle, we are totally and completely overwhelmed by the insane amount of choices for every single baby product out there. It was overwhelming, and I'm not going to lie. I straight up had a meltdown, like full on crying,
Cursing.
Hysterics, some cursing in the middle of Babies R Us.
It was overwhelming for me too.
Jordan finally talked me off the ledge. He convinced me to at least register for one thing. So we did. So we registered for one thing. A pregnancy pillow.
Nobody even bought us the fucking pillow.
If only parenting were as smooth as bourbon. I'm Lene.
And I'm Jordan.
And this is Bourbon and Babies Podcast.
Straight up parenting on the rocks.
All right, welcome back. This is episode 10 of Bourbon and Babies, and we're here with some special guests today. We have Miss Mandy Kramer and Jake Minton, some familiar faces of the theater community. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello. And we also have a little munchkin here. Their adorable, almost one-year-old son has decided to join us today.
And he is
Say hi, buddy.
probably one of the cutest little boys I've ever seen.
Besides our own, of course, right? Right, Lene?
I don't know. He's real cute. Before we get started today, though, we want to give a shout out to this episode's sponsor, Eiderdown, which is an incredible restaurant in Germantown, which is here in Louisville, Kentucky. Delicious. You've got to check it out. And we're going to give you extra incentive to check it out. We are running a cool contest. We would like for you to share your favorite episodes of Bourbon and Babies Podcast, tag Bourbon and Babies Podcast in your social media post, whether that's on Facebook or Instagram. Tag us, and we will enter you into a drawing to win a $50 gift card to Eiderdown. That's right, $50. You can enter as many times as you want, share as many episodes as you want. Just tag Bourbon and Babies Podcast, whether that's on Instagram or on Facebook. Either is cool with us. Tag us so we know you did it, and we're going to do the drawing on Saturday, November 17th. So that gives you about 2 weeks to share it as many times as you can. Win that money.
Can guests enter that contest?
Of course, guests can enter that contest.
Yeah, well, you guys live close to Eiderdown, right?
Yeah,
Walking
we can
distance,
walk.
absolutely. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Mandy, what's your favorite thing at Eiderdown?
I like their schnitzel. It's real good.
Schnitzel.
Oh, shit. You know, we had the pork loin, and that pork loin, I'm Jewish. I'm not supposed to eat pork, but I'm not kosher. It was amazing.
Nice.
Worth every sacrilegious bite. All right, so let's get on to the bourbon today. We are doing what Lene has coined the Kentucky screwdriver.
That's right. So a normal screwdriver is what?
Vodka and orange juice.
But this Kentucky screwdriver is bourbon and grapefruit juice, a little bit of simple syrup. And it is delicious. It's got like this nice tartness to it that is lovely. And, you know, I almost feel like it's a much better summer drink, but that's okay because I'm kind of done with all the pumpkin. I think I'm done with all my basic pumpkinness.
It's not even Thanksgiving yet.
And it's not even Thanksgiving yet, but that's okay.
I can still eat some pumpkin pie, don't you worry.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So today's episode is about how our pregnant spouses could be a little extra sometimes.
A little extra. We're crazy pregnant ladies sometimes. It's true.
The hormones are going.
There's a lot happening.
There's a lot going on. And you heard about how Lene had her meltdown. Jake, have you experienced anything like that with Mandy?
I mean, usually she's a perfect treat, but surely she had at least one moment.
Actually, in the very beginning, I jokingly said, "Oh, I've got a DD for 9 months." Of course, I didn't mean that. But
Did you?
well, I mean, I didn't think it was going to happen. Let me put it that way.
He hoped. He just hoped. Yeah.
But she was always really good about going out because, I mean, you know, she still wants to hang out with her friends and stuff. She just wouldn't drink. So we kind of had a deal to where whenever she said it was time to go, it's time to go.
That's the way it should be.
So
Even
what
when
I
not
did,
pregnant, right?
Right?
well, easy. So what I would do is we would get to wherever we were going, and I would have 3 or 4 drinks real quick, get a nice little buzz, and then just kind of coast the rest of the night. And then when it was time to go, it's time to go. I still had a good time. When it was time to go, we left. However, she always liked to have these deep, meaningful discussions after such evenings. And in my head, I'm going, okay, I am in no shape to have this conversation. But again, whatever it's going to take to keep you happy, that's what we'll do. So this happened several times. And it would be, what if we both croaked? Who's going to get the baby? Stuff like that. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Right now?
I got deep.
We're going to do this conversation
Those
now?
kind of deep
Yeah.
conversations. Not like, why is the world round?
No.
But
No,
like...
no. I was sober. These are the things I was thinking about.
At 3 a.m. when I'm
Yeah.
not sober. Like, we're doing this now. Okay.
Girl, I feel you. I was all about the deep conversations when I was pregnant too. In fact, I used to have total meltdowns anytime Jordan wouldn't answer the phone. I would immediately leap to the worst possible conclusion. I mean, go so far as I remember at one point actually thinking, well, I'm going to have to call the cell phone company to tell them that he doesn't need a cell phone anymore because he's dead. And then he would come home and it would be fine.
And then I'd wish I was dead.
Sean, don't say that. That's terrible.
The mind of a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
is
So
all.
one particular evening, we were planning the baby showers. She was asking about the guest list. Again, it's 3 a.m. I'm like, we're doing this now? Okay. So I got my phone out. I'm scrolling through Facebook and she's, I'm counting the people in my head and she's like, well, I mean, how many people do you think? I was like, I'm at 60 and I haven't made it to the M's yet. Oh, no. And she said, well, we can't invite everybody we fucking know. So I just sat the phone on my chest and just stared at the television and hoped it would go away. Like, I don't know what you want me to do.
It's just a dream. It's just a dream. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
You asked me a question. I tried to answer it. And then you yelled at me for the answer. I'm just going to sit here and say,
Well, you answered wrong.
I could have said, hey, why don't we not talk about this right now? Because I'm drunk and nearly about to pass out. But no. I was trying to do my best, my due diligence. Like, okay, no, yep, let's do this now. And I get yelled at.
You were on board. You were being a good sport.
I was trying.
You got to put your arm around her and say, honey, what number were you thinking? 5?
Oh,
That's
no.
right.
See, I would
That's
try
what
to.
should have happened.
Anytime I try to put that question back on her because I know she knows the number. And she wants me to guess the number that's in her head. So I would just say, on anything, well, what would you like to do? I want you to make a decision. Cool. Well, again, I'm at 60. Well, that's too many. I'd make that 59. Okay.
I think it's really sweet that you attribute this only to being pregnant, because to me, that just sounds like marriage.
I mean, yes, but this was like a heightened, because typically I will just say whatever you want. You're going to say it anyways. Whatever you want to do, that's what we're going to do. Cool. That's all I need.
That's it.
Just tell me a time and a place and I'll be there.
Nice.
Instructions.
Yeah. But I will say that was the only time that like the hormones flipped and that I was scolded.
That's it? That's
That was
the
it.
worst?
That was
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's the worst.
That was, it wasn't the worst.
So
that was the
you
only.
must-
I screamed at him.
Yeah.
Like, about this baby shower list. And I immediately started crying because, well, I was pregnant. And so I went into the bathroom and, got myself together. And I came back out and I apologized immediately.
You did.
And said that I was sorry that
I still didn't look away from the television. I was like,
Screamed
I feel
at
like this is another trap. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to stay right here. Like, okay, we're good.
It's looking at me.
Please,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah.
please let me go to sleep.
Maybe if I just
Or
sit
you go to
really
sleep.
still, she won't know that I'm
Yep, she's
here.
like a T-Rex
And then
based on movement.
Big head. And
Yeah. But then we planned
make the bed.
the baby shower the next day and the guest list,
We did.
which was,
How many people?
80.
So he was right.
I know.
It just
He was
wasn't,
right.
Wasn't
Yeah.
the number in her head.
80
Right.
people?
There was a keg.
Nice.
It's funny you say that. I was just recently on one of these Facebook parenting groups, and I don't know if you guys get on any of them.
I do not.
It can be really intense.
They typically make me feel bad, so I don't do it.
Yeah, right. That's why we started the Bourbon and Babies Straight Up
Yeah.
Parenting Facebook group, because I wanted it to be a place where people wouldn't feel bad. It's called Bourbon and Babies. So if
Right.
you're too uptight to understand that we're not talking about giving babies bourbon, we're not talking about being alcoholics, we're just
Right.
talking about being somewhat laid back and understanding that we can be adults and enjoy things that we love and also be great parents.
Right.
I was on one of those pages recently, though, not ours. And someone mentioned...
Baby cake stands.
Oh, yeah.
Baby
Yes.
cake stands. Someone mentioned they mentioned baby showers and whether it was appropriate to have alcohol at baby showers. And this became this full on crazy argument between all of these people in the comment section, which, you know, I'm like, it's like a train wreck. You can't look
Oh,
can't
no.
look away, yeah.
I mean, I don't engage, but I can't stop
Exactly.
reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some people feel pretty intense about how inappropriate it is to have alcohol at baby showers.
Wow.
Or kids' birthdays.
Two things.
Yeah.
So 2 things on this. She wasn't drinking.
Right.
Yeah,
Make
right,
that clear.
Right. Yeah.
And she probably at this point regrets the keg.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
Ooh, tell me.
The reason that, we had keg because we wanted to have drinks, but
Right.
my 2 best friends are men. And so they threw the baby shower, which is also hilarious.
Awesome.
All
Yes.
in it, right? So these 2 men are throwing a baby shower. What do they know about throwing a baby shower? It was perfect.
Do they have
It
babies?
was a hell of a baby shower.
It was
Yeah.
They one of them has kids
Yeah.
that are much older. So it was perfect. There was no games. There was no like ridiculousness. And so perhaps I did slightly regret the baby shower. And this is, I feel like, a time where being a crazy pregnant woman would have been like valid.
Validated. Oh,
Like
absolutely. Yeah.
I
Sure.
had every right to be a crazy pregnant woman,
Yeah.
but I didn't.
That's true.
So what was happening that...
Well, my family came, and when my sister got out of the car, I thought at 1 in the afternoon, I thought to myself, she seems like she can't talk so well. She was already drunk, I think.
They
had
no,
like
100%.
pre-gamed for the baby shower. I don't.
As most people do.
Did they not
Right.
know that there would be booze at the baby
Oh
shower?
no, they
they
knew.
No, but you
They
tailgate
knew.
before the game.
Right, you tailgate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they pre-gamed the baby shower, and
Well, she also had that Slopperton with her. So.
yeah, she brought this guy that she was dating, and
What'd you call him?
A Slopperton.
Slopper.
I like that.
That's the best.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was just a goober. I mean,
Yeah.
that guy kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have to drink to date that guy too. So
yeah. So my family was really the ones who
Made it wild and crazy.
had a lot of drinks.
Yeah.
Well, my family and Jake is part of my family.
also guilty. Yeah,
had
also guilty.
a lot of drinks.
I wasn't belligerent. I still knew things were going on
You did.
until we went to the hotel.
Yeah. So my whole family stayed at a hotel because we lived in an apartment downtown and
Yeah.
it wasn't big enough to house everyone. So all my family was staying at a hotel. So my parents, my sisters, the boyfriend, my nephews.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's bad when my 21-year-old nephew comes up to me at the end of the baby shower and said, "Listen, I'll take half of them. You take the other half. We just got to get them all back to the hotel."
And really, we
My
had
21-year-old nephew. And I'm like, okay.
I'll take 40.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
take 40.
like, it was like
We
had
got
to
this.
Split, divide and conquer my family to get them back to the hotel. And all I wanted to do was go out to eat. So we get back to the hotel, and I was like, all I want to do is go out to eat. And my dad said, "Mandy, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think we should take them out in public." And I'm like, okay. So then we decide that I'm like, fine, I'll just get pizza. I get in the car and like just lose my shit. Like waterworks, the crying, and then I'm like, okay, I'm okay, it's fine. But that was our baby shower.
You're leaving out where I was
Oh.
awesome. The part that I don't remember.
That's right.
I remember absolutely. I remember
Don't
her-
neglect his awesomeness.
Right.
Right,
Come
right.
on. You're
I'm
burying the
sorry.
lead.
He's
here.
a part of this too.
Right. Now, what she's about to say, I have zero recollection of. I remember the crying, and I remember thinking, I got to make this right, and then I don't remember what I said. But evidently it was...
Yeah, he said it was my day and it was going to be fine. Like he said all the right things, doesn't remember any of them.
Not a single word.
No.
Yes. Yeah, Lene goes through there's all these different kinds of drunks scenario. I know
Right.
I'm like the super lovey drunk. You must be like the intellectual drunk.
Evidently.
You know, your brain works on all cylinders when
Right,
you're
right.
drunk, and you make things. You're the peacemaker.
I'm the fixer. Yeah,
You're not the fighter.
Right,
You're
no.
not the belligerent.
Not anymore.
A-hole.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good kind of drunk to be.
I love that now the trend is to have baby showers where everybody comes instead of back in the day when it was
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
women. So when
Yeah.
I had my baby shower for our daughter 6.5 years ago, 7 years ago,
Forever
at this point.
ago.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
long time ago. Back in the day.
Right.
It was
When
all
I
women.
was your
And
age.
so Jordan and one of our best friends, Peter, went
We
to
had our
the
own
bar.
celebration. Yeah. It's one of those days that I don't even really remember that clearly. I know that we were probably 10 minutes down the road at some really rundown dive bar that had pool tables. You know, it was fun. And I just remember Peter kept buying pictures of beer. Not like just glasses, just pictures. And I don't know how many we went through.
Sure.
But at a certain point, I have no memory. I just remember being picked up by the ladies, his
Yes.
wife Nicole and Lene, afterwards, and they had a bag full of cookies, a giant Ziploc of cookies from the baby shower that they had brought for us. And I just remember tearing into that bag in the back seat and munching down all those cookies.
They were singing 80s rock music at the top of their
That's
lungs.
what we do, though.
And I was exhausted
we
because,
do.
as you know, being at your baby shower, it's a lot. It's almost like being in a wedding because everyone is paying attention to you. You have to be on, but you're also pregnant and tired and probably hungry, and you can't drink like everyone else is if that's the kind of baby shower you had.
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And I'm not a huge fan of being the center of attention anyway, so that's like, it was not my...
That's why I got so drunk to take the attention away from you. See?
It was for me.
It was a sacrifice. It was a
was-
sacrifice I made.
One for the
It's
team.
no sacrifice. So our friends at their baby shower were genius. And I was like, when we have a second, we need to do the same thing. And we totally didn't, but we
I don't know
should.
what you're talking about.
So our friends, they had baby shower bingo.
Oh,
At their
Okay.
baby shower. So, know how there's the moment where you have to kind of open all the gifts for everybody and all eyes are on you? And
It's
like,
super
oh,
awkward.
thank you.
So
It's a
awkward.
bottle
It's awkward.
heater.
Yep.
Oh, it's a really ugly outfit. You're the best.
stop. No, they're all lovely things.
They're all
but still.
lovely. But
He's never going to wear this.
So this
Yeah.
was amazing because they gave everybody a scorecard, like bingo, with all these baby items on it. So instead of everybody focusing on the people opening the presents, it was okay, I want to win this because they had prizes. And
So
everyone
each
was
card
like,
had different items on it.
open a baby book! Open a baby book! Ah!
They
It's
were like,
stroller,
"Hey,
stroller.
pick that little box. It's got to be something." You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
they got really
Nice.
into it. It was super
Okay.
fun.
That's a good one.
Well, she
was.
had two stipulations, if I'm remembering correctly. No games and no presents. Or no present opening.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not opening presents there.
When we first moved here, we didn't know a lot of people,
Right.
and I was pregnant, and it was tricky because I had one friend. She decided to throw me a baby shower. Jordan had been doing shows though, so he knew the theater people, and so we literally had to do this awkward thing where it was like, "Hey, I know you don't know me very well, but I'm having a baby shower. Please don't feel obligated to bring gifts, but if you could just be there so that it doesn't seem pathetic and sad."
And they all came. It was awesome.
They all came, and it was lovely. And
we have this.
but I did feel pretty guilty that they brought presents because I was like, "You don't even know me. I'm sorry."
It's like, but now I love you forever. But we had this cool thing, this little canvas when they walked in. But it was a tree, and everyone, would put a little fingerprint as the different leaves and then sign their name. And it's still
nice.
hanging in our daughter's room. And so we remember exactly who was there because all their names
cool.
were
Yeah,
on this thing.
Yeah, it was pretty, and we
I
had
have your fingerprints.
right.
Evidence,
Right.
but don't you dare steal
Database.
anything from my house. I will be able to find you.
The second time around, though, we didn't have a baby shower.
No, we had a gender reveal
Yeah,
party.
that's the new thing now. We, at our gender reveal party, or sex reveal party, I guess technically.
The sex
is
party.
The sex
Yes.
party, we like to call it.
Nice.
Because, gender versus sex.
Right, right.
Gender is like what you choose. Sex is what you
Right,
physically are
right.
given.
Sure.
Candy
Yeah.
girl, sugar
So we-
daddy.
The genitals party.
So at
Yeah,
our
got
baby
it.
sex party. Wait a second.
Please don't call the cops.
At our...
Gender reveal party.
All right, fine. At the gender reveal party, we did have alcohol. And, we didn't get any complaints. And I guess my thoughts on having the booze at the party is... It's there for people that want it. People
Yeah,
that
you
don't
don't
want
have
it,
to drink
that's
it.
cool. I also feel like it's up to the prerogative of the parents. Like you guys, you both feel comfortable with alcohol.
Yeah.
You drink alcohol socially. You're not alcoholics. You are responsible.
Right.
Yeah.
And so having alcohol at your party doesn't faze me in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Did you guys have a gender reveal party?
No.
We did not.
No.
Was this surprising?
Did you wait? Did you wait and find
No.
out?
I was fine either way, but she's a planner.
Yeah, me too.
So-
Totally, yeah. There was when people were like, "Are you going to wait?" I was like, "No."
No, we actually did because I am over 35. I'm advanced maternal age.
What do they call it? Geriatric?
Geriatric pregnancy.
Makes me think of like a little
Yeah, it's
baby
awesome.
with a
It's-
walker.
Right.
So messed up.
Super awesome. No, because of that, when you are advanced maternal age, you get the option to do a lot of additional tests that are
Yeah.
covered by insurance that aren't covered for younger women. So one of those tests checks for a bunch of stuff. One of the bonuses of that test is that you can find out the gender
Super early.
Through blood work. So we found out at 10 weeks. No, we didn't do a gender reveal. Actually, the doctor called me while I was in a meeting at work. I stepped out of the meeting, answered the phone to find out that it was a boy, hung up, called Jake, and said, "Hey, it's a boy." Like there was nothing.
Yeah, it's like, cool.
Yeah, I was standing in the hallway at work.
Yeah.
Were you guys hoping for one or the other?
Yes and no. Like the thought of a daughter is awesome until she's 16, and then I'm just going to put her in a closet until she's 50. Like, it can't come out.
That's frowned
I think by
upon.
16
Well,
you mean
you know
13.
Well,
Yeah, no,
exactly.
13.
Maybe 12.
So that, I mean, we've got friends with daughters and love them. I mean, it's great because I know how guys think. I don't need that in my life. I don't. Yeah.
You know, my mom used to say, the thing about a boy is you only have one penis to worry about. With
I've said those
girls,
exact
you have
words.
all
of
the
them.
penis.
Every
Yes.
single one of them.
But I will say, last night we had our neighbors over who are awesome people, and
Oh my God,
they
yeah.
have 2 girls and a son, and their son's the youngest, and their 2 girls are now out of the house. They're away at college, and their son's home, and she said she always thought the same thing about boys versus girls and only having one penis to worry about. Well, actually, now when you have a girl, you can take her and put her on birth control. Like, you can have that conversation really
sure.
early and put her on birth control, but you can't do anything for your son.
Yeah.
You just
Right.
have to hope
That he's not an idiot.
whoever he's involved with
Yeah.
is telling the truth when they say that, yes, they're on the
I'm
pill,
taking the
or
pill.
yes, they're,
Yeah, right,
you know what I mean? You don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Or,
It's a crapshoot.
yeah, I mean, yes, he should
Wear
be
a
wrapping it up
condom.
all the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
but still, I hadn't really thought of it that way, but
That's fair.
Hear that, little man?
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up, buddy.
Wrap it up.
Every time.
Don't trust her
said-
unless you've been in a long-term relationship.
I know, buddy.
and
I
even
know,
then,
it's rough.
even then you can't trust her. Jordan and I, we had a huge surprise. We were not expecting to
No.
be pregnant. Now, knowing what I know about some of our friends who have really struggled, now I look back and I'm like, I wish I had been more grateful from the beginning. My first pregnancy, though, I was so surprised
Right.
that it took me, 10 months to come to terms with the fact that I was pregnant and going to have a child. Whereas the second time around, because we had been trying, it was this hugely different experience.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. We tried and had to even get a little bit of help. And so when we did get pregnant, it was if this happens, if I get pregnant, here's the things I know I'm not going to do. I'm just not going to complain.
Yes.
And I think I stuck to it pretty well.
It sounds like you
I
did.
didn't-
100%,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain.
And even even the small stuff is like I can see that you were tired. Why don't you? No, it's fine. Like, that's not complaining. Just sit your ass down. Like, what?
Right.
Let me help you.
Yeah.
I am capable
Right.
and competent.
So I said that I wasn't going to complain.
Right. I love your awareness of that, because
I do
we
too.
definitely have friends and family who both have gone through quite an ordeal to get pregnant.
And some really tragic loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wish I'd known that the first time around, because I think back to things that I said my first time pregnant to friends and people I hardly knew. And I have so much guilt now looking back and realizing that it didn't even occur to me at the
Yeah.
time. Second time around, though, I swear every single bad thing, every time I was nauseous, all I could think was, that means I'm still pregnant. It's just a wholly different
It's very
approach.
different. Yeah. Yep.
I think that different approach is what made me be a less crazy person during my second pregnancy, wouldn't you say?
Uh-huh.
What?
No, you were definitely less crazy the second time around.
So I think probably if we can all come to it with gratitude in our hearts for this process, we could probably cut down on the crazy. And even when we can't, we just have to sometimes embrace it, accept that it's happened, hope our partners will forgive us, and move on with our lives.
Sounds like great advice.
Thanks. All right, folks, that's it for episode 10 of Bourbon and Babies. Thank you all so much for being part of the podcast, and thanks for bringing your little one along to record with us today. I think it was sort of cute to have the lovely music in the background.
He is pretty cute.
And he's such a cutie. And listen, speaking of cuties, please get your cutie little butts onto Facebook and Instagram. Don't forget to share these episodes, win that Eiderdown gift card, and subscribe, rate, share. And as always, we love our bourbon. We love our babies. Please drink responsibly. See you next week.